No better man to talk about what Ryan Kerrigan has meant to this franchise than one of his teammates, played with him for 4 seasons, Brian Orakpo. Brian, thanks for joining us today. We get the news that Ryan Kerrigan says 10 years in Washington, and that is now it. How do you begin to sum up his career here with the Burgundy and Gold and what he meant to this franchise?
Ryan is definitely will go down as one of the best, if not the best, defender in Washington history. Arguably, in my opinion, the guy, just since day one, just put in the work, the time, the effort. Man of very few words, but he led by example. And even the guys, the older guys, younger guys, we all looked at Ryan as sort of motivation, just as much as just because of his work ethic. It was unbelievable, unmatched. We all worked hard, playing in the professional league, in the professional NFL, playing for so many years. But Ryan came in with a sort of quiet assassin attitude, and he just really changed the game for a lot of our careers.
You know, a lot of players, even the young ones coming in, Chase Young, Montez Sweat, they'd always say RK. RK was helping them adjust and learn what life was in the NFL. What was it about him that had guys following what he was, listening to what he was doing, following what he was doing in the workroom? What is it that resonated with his teammates?
Just how genuine he was. He was just a nice guy. I can still call him a friend today. He was very good, a good spirit. Like, worked his tail off each and every day. I mean, I thought I worked hard, but this guy, he'll beat me. If I'm coming in 6:30, he's already in at 6. He's that type of guy. Oh man, he's in the weight room. I come in, he's in the weight room already. I mean, the guy just led by example. The guy literally had a smile on his face each and every day. Never took any day, any practice, any game for granted. When the rest of us were struggling with, fatigue, and we're struggling with, just the wear and tear in a football season, the guy once he comes through the door, he had a huge smile. He's ready to work, and that really motivated the rest of his teammates, myself included, to really not take being in the NFL for granted. And that's one thing I really appreciate from RK, HBK, I should say.
The Heartbreak Kid. How can he be that, the Heartbreak Kid, such a nice guy, and yet so aggressive and physical on the field? What do you think it was about his personality that allowed him to go there and just, get after that quarterback every single game?
Yeah, one thing about professional athletes, especially NFL, we're a little crazy. And when I say that in a good way, is that we know how to turn the switch on and off. And Ryan was a prime example of that. He knew how to turn the switch on when it needed to be. So off the field, I mean, just the nicest guy you can think of. I mean, I can't think of a nicer guy than RK. But then on the field, the guy, like I said, he was a silent assassin. This guy just had a hunger for getting after quarterbacks that nobody else could compare to. And just the guy just made plays. The guy just led by example. The guy was just all over the football field, making plays, turning the momentum around for our defense, and and the turnover machine. The guy just created so many turnovers to give the ball back to the offense so we could try and just pull out the W at the end of the game. But yeah, he just knew how to turn that switch on and off, and that's something that's contributed to all the hard work he's put in since day one.
Consistently getting double digits in sacks every year. He went to 4 Pro Bowls. He's the franchise's all-time leader in sacks. How do you even put that in perspective, that you can go out there and claim that and say that this is what you're doing each and every year and your name goes down in history?
Yeah, that's remarkable. Just the longevity, and then his injury history was unmatched. The guy never really missed a game. I mean, it was crazy. We thought London Fletcher was the Iron Man. RK's right up there. The guy was just like I said. He inspired so many. He inspired me. Just like I said, just from the plays he made, just from his work ethic. And he definitely will go down, if not one of the best defenders in Washington history. His numbers, his jersey number, everything should be retired when it's all said and done, just because of what he's done for that franchise. And it's a lot of negativity in this world today, a lot. And when you play with a guy like Ryan, he's the one that makes you put things in perspective, make you forget about what's going on in the world, and just be joyous about the opportunity you have playing in the NFL.
Is there anything that you can tell us of your days playing with him that maybe we don't know about him? Because we know he's Mr. Nice Guy. We know he showed up. He's in the weight room. So can you think of like a funny story or anything unusual to share?
It's been a while, honestly. It's so many crazy, Washington, we have so many crazy stories. I mean, I can it's Washington. If nothing in particular. Ryan, put it like this. Ryan gets tagged as the nice guy, as the, quiet guy and stuff. But, when he gets you in the circle, when you're in his circle, he can let his hair down too. And that's one thing I appreciate about him. He can joke around. He can have some fun. He can cut up too. You probably don't see it as much, but the guy was him. What was it? Will Compton? Will Compton used to bring the best out of Ryan all the time. Just watching Ryan interact and just come out of the shell sometimes, that was just special. I remember one story I do have. Ryan came in the locker room with some Jordans. And the whole locker room went crazy. They never seen Ryan wear anything, and then he came in with some Jordans, and it was just the coolest thing ever. Because people just can see him kind of opening up his personality and just kind of having some swag. And it's just things you pick up from certain individuals as you play with them for years. And that was a cool thing. Ryan can really let his hair down once you get in the circle.
Any chance you remember what kind of Jordans they were?
Man, I think it's the ones I gave him actually.
There you go. He was probably just being nice. He didn't want to feel rude not using your gift.
Yeah, I think it was some threes. I don't know. I can't remember the Jordan number, but I think it's the ones I gave him actually. It's some threes or something like that. I don't know. Can't remember, but it's been a while.
Brian, good teammate, making sure your buddy's got his shoe game right. Thanks so much for joining us and talking about Ryan Kerrigan. Look, we wish him all the best. Meant so much to this franchise, 10 years, and the sack leader for the franchise. Thank you so much, Brian.
No problem. Thanks for having me.